Daniel Negreanu is looking down at pocket sevens. Pre-flop creates a fascinating collision between two distinct eras of poker: the live read intuition of Negreanu and the high-volume mathematical precision of the online legend, Randy Lou. The action begins with a raise to 1,600 from the loose cannon, who is holding pocket nines. Negreanu, sitting in position with pocket sevens, elects to flat call. This is a staple of Negreanu's small ball strategy. He wants to see a flop cheaply and use his post-flop skills to navigate, rather than bloating the pot with a marginal pair. However, Randy Lou wakes up in the small blind with pocket queens. Recognizing the dead money and the capped strength of the caller, Lou executes a textbook squeeze play, 3-betting to 6,000.
I know you're coming in. Hurry up.
You know it, right? So you raised anyway. What is that all about?
What was that?
You knew I was calling, but you raised anyway.
You're reading too much into it, man.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to level myself here. I just want to try to flop a set, hit a set, and get it in. Can we do that? Huh?
Yeah, I'm paired in.
Well, if I'm trying to flop a set, what do you think I started with?
The stage is set, an overpair against a set minor, a classic recipe for a cooler. The flop falls a disconnected and dry texture that is an absolute dream for Lou's pocket queens. There are no flush draws and no overcards to his pair. Lou continues his aggression with a bet of 8,000. He is extracting value from hands like pocket eights to tens, as well as any jack that Negreanu might have peeled with. Negreanu, however, is not ready to go away.
An interesting situation, okay? Because I have 3 threes right now. You don't believe that?
I don't know.
How much
I believe
is it?
a lot of people. I believe a lot of people.
So the best way to play this against you, based on previous hands, is to call, raise river, I think. Okay? So that's plan A. I might change my mind, but plan A is call, ship river.
All right.
That's plan A. You like that? I'm just gonna tell him, whatever.
I'm a little worried.
The turn brings the 7, the card that flips the script entirely. It is the doom card for Lou. Negreanu spikes a 2-outer to make a set of 7s. The dynamic shifts from a marginal float to a monster trap. Lou, unaware of the disaster that has just struck, fires a second barrel of 20,000. He believes his queens are still the best hand and wants to charge draws or a stubborn jack. Negreanu's response is pure class.
He doesn't believe me. I seriously say I'm gonna do that, and he doesn't care. Oh gosh.
Everyone lies. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Word on the street.
So is plan A still the plan? I'd like to defer.
You gotta respect internet guys that chat during hands. That's a very rare thing, and to that, hats off. He's chatted in the middle. If somebody's dialoguing with him, he just opens the door and goes there.
Oh.
Even I don't do that. I try not to,
So it's
but
a
I do
mistake?
it.
Is that a mistake? Thanks for the...
I'm leveling myself too much. I call.
Daniel calls.
If I keep thinking, I'm gonna screw up really bad.
This is awesome. Are still sticking to the plan.
The river is the ace, a scare card that complicates the board. It hits Lou's bluffing range, but also potentially scares a pair of queens. However, Lou decides to turn his hand into a polarized value bet bluff hybrid. He fires a massive 47,800. He is representing the ace, trying to fold out a jack or a smaller pair.
I'm now worried that you just made 3 aces. How much does he have? How much did he bet?
Fired 47,800.
I told you I have 3 threes and you just don't care, or you have that beat, right?
Well, if I talk too much, I might let you know what I have.
Bro, the thing is, when you talk, you might get the other result. You might get wins that you shouldn't have got, etc. You know?
That's true.
It's not all.
How light is Daniel thinking of calling this time?
What's he got left? Let's see. I can't see. Just lift your hand. That's good. It really smells like aces.
Does that mean Daniel was already beating a pair of aces?
Pocket aces? Oh, it's a difference. I can't fold anyway.
Calls.
Queens.
Turn to set.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice hand.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at Queen 10 offsuit. Pre-flop showcases the aggressive, wide-range strategy that defines Randy Lou's online background. Lou opens the pot to 1,400 holding 9-5 offsuit.
Someone needs a 3-bet for me to play.
To an amateur, this looks like a reckless play with a trash hand. But for a high-volume grinder like Lou, this is about board coverage and stealing the blinds. He is attacking the players, not playing his cards.
You're gonna have to be the hero this hand.
You know you want to play some hands.
Huh?
You know you want to play some hands.
I do. I want to play some hands with you.
Negreanu, sitting in the big blind, is not going to let the young pro run him over. He defends his blind with a standard call.
Now we're heads up again, and I'm going to check in the dark. Old school.
Did you check?
I check in the dark, yeah.
All right.
That's verbal.
I can't do that online, so
Right,
it's a little weird.
Lou, adhering to the always be aggressive philosophy, fires a continuation bet of 2,000. He is representing the king, hoping to fold out Negreanu's ace highs or weak pocket pairs.
Double check to see if I have king 3 of spades. I do, so I'm going to call.
Here, Negreanu makes a move that separates the legends from the good players. Despite having absolutely nothing but queen high no pair and no draw, he makes the call.
You know, gentleman's game, you'd raise and tell me what you have now.
Gentleman's game?
Gentleman's game.
Sticking to his plan, Lou, realizing that Negreanu is sticky and that a second bullet might be lighting money on fire with 9 high, decides to give up on the bluff. He checks back. This check is the information Negreanu was waiting for.
Well, I'm obviously going to bet now because you checked the turn. Seems pretty standard. Got to bet something. So I'll bet, like, what will you call with... I mean, I got to figure out because you're a math guy, so 4, 5, 6... I got to bet 31 because you might call that with ace high.
No, I don't even have ace high, though.
Oh, you don't? So I had you beat on the flop anyway?
Daniel's
Okay,
bet will
cool.
win the pot.
Yeah, I did.
Wow, it's sick. I had 7-3 offsuit.
Oh, you would have lost. King 3 of spades. Really? When I said it, I didn't even know if the king or the 3 of spades was out there. I was just hoping I didn't screw myself.
So you didn't have it, Dan?
I did not have king 3 of spades.
That kind of hurts. You didn't
I did
tell the
have you
truth.
beat, though, at all times. Actually, what I did there was, it's called a soul read.
Soul
Yeah,
read?
when you bet the flop, yeah. It was a little bit of a soul read. I called you with nothing, and then I hit a queen. That's what happened. And then I was like, sweet.
I mean, you're really tricking me. I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at 8-7 suited. Pre-flop reveals the exploitable nature of playing too many hands against world-class opposition. Lou opens the action to 1,400 with Queen 8 offsuit. From a game theory perspective, opening this hand from early to middle position is incredibly loose. It is a hand that is often dominated and plays poorly post-flop.
I'm going to play
I
tight.
like being in position.
Lock is out.
Because then you got to go first. I love it.
I got to go first.
Kenny calls.
However, Lou relies on his post-flop volume experience to outplay opponents. The flop comes down a texture that is wet, connected, and heavily favors the calling ranges rather than the pre-flop raiser. Despite this, after Kenny checks, Lou decides to fire a continuation bet of 2,500. This bet is somewhat habitual. Lou is betting simply because he was the aggressor.
C-bet.
I remember his C-bet percentage. What was it? 78%, so I guess I got a call. Your check rate percentage is so low on flops in this spot, so I wasn't worried about you.
Yeah. Not worried is right.
However, the board hits Negreanu perfectly. He has flopped middle pair with his 7, along with backdoor equity. The turn card is the 2. Lou, realizing that his continuation bet failed to shake Negreanu, decides to shut down. He checks, effectively waving the white flag. This is a critical moment for Negreanu.
Check.
Lou checks.
All right, check's good.
Queen high.
No good.
Daniel takes it down.
Got pairs.
Nice hand.
Thank you, sir. Your C-bet percentage from online, I remember being very high, and your 3-bet percentage was 29%. Heads up. Do you remember that?
What does heads up? This is 6 max.
I know,
now.
but I'm just saying, it's still kind of short. But your C-bet's super high, so I'm gonna call with pairs on flops, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah. You love that kind of talk. Isn't that sexy?
No.
C-bet percentage, check raise flop. Ooh, what's your PFR and your aggro factor?
Daniel Negreanu is holding pocket aces, pre-flop.
The vibe of the people.
No, it's just the way the country's structured because of it's a Commonwealth as well. It's a Commonwealth country.
Okay, like, yeah, in those
It used to be
regards.
a British colony, so the legal system's very similar.
Hashem and Viffer call.
Canada and Australia are very similar.
Very similar.
We have so many things in common.
Both share a mutual love of Paul Hogan and Jim Carrey.
The corruption is very low.
Pre-flop. This is a classic straddle pot goes wrong for the caller setup. 3 players limp into Negreanu's live straddle, and when the action gets back to him, he wakes up with aces. From his point of view, this is perfect. The pot is already juiced, ranges are capped and weak, and he can punish all the limpers in one move. He bumps it to 5,000, which is a big sizing, but exactly what you won with the premium out of the straddle. Fold out the absolute trash, isolate 1 or 2 players, and build a pot where your strong overpair can get paid.
Look at that. We lost Fiffer and Tony G.
Hashem peels with pocket fours, and that call already tells you a lot.
I didn't think we'd get that many out. Thought we'd have a family.
He is not calling to see what happens. With a random hand, small pairs in position against a very aggressive Negreanu are there to try to flop a set or use Negreanu's image against him on low coordinated boards. The flop comes structurally much better for Negreanu than for Hashem. All the overpairs and big Broadway hands live in Negreanu's range. Hashem has a lot more small pairs and suited connectors that either whiff or pick up thin draws. The turn is the 10 of spades, which changes the texture far more for Hashem than for Negreanu. A lot of Negreanu's one-barrel bluffs pick up equity here. Hands like Queen-Jack in the front door spade draw is now very real. Instead of double-barreling, though, Negreanu checks. That check is sophisticated. With aces, he does not block any of the flushes, and this card massively improves Hashem's ability to represent something big if more money goes in. Negreanu now slides out 12,500, a river bet that is more about clean value and pressure than thin hope. He knows Hashem's range is capped after the turn check, made up of exactly the sort of mid-pair and showdown-hungry hands that hate facing one more bet.
You're going to be 1-all after this hand? You have to show me if you're bluffing, right?
Hashem folds.
Come on. I showed you.
Showed the ace. One of them.
Card.
That'll do.
That was good?
No. That wasn't good, but...
That was like the same as not showing.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on pocket sevens. Pre-flop. This is one of those old-school tension spots where everyone at the table knows something big is brewing before the cards even hit the felt. Hellmuth opens to 900 with whatever he has,
Go on, Phil.
doing his usual, I'm supposed to win every pot routine. That small raise size in a deep cash game invites action, and Negreanu obliges by re-raising to 3,200 with pocket sevens. For Negreanu, this is a classic squeeze hand. He is on the lighter end of a value range, but against Phil's wide open and the dead money in the middle, sevens play nicely as a pressure tool, strong enough to call a 4-bet if it is small, but also perfect for picking up the pot uncontested a lot of the time. Then Doyle wakes up behind them with pocket jacks and makes it 11,700. That sizing is important. It is big enough to say, I am not messing around, but not so big that it shuts the hand down. From Doyle's point of view, jacks are way too good to just call and risk letting Hellmuth or others peel cheap.
Good chance you'll get it all, buddy.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm just counting it up here. You got 80, it's 85 more?
He wants to isolate Negreanu, punish the lighter 3-bet, and take control of the pot with position.
I'll raise it.
There goes Doyle. He's all in.
Once or twice, Doyle.
Daniel calls.
It's up to you.
I'll do twice.
What is 37-2?
37-2 each? Is that what you got, 37-2?
Are you paired?
Yeah, I'm paired. You're not paired?
Yeah, I am.
Uh-oh, that's bad for me. Okay, I was hoping you had ace-king. All right, put a 7 out there and then a straight.
The flop, 4 queen deuce.
That's a good flop for Doyle.
Ace on the turn.
I just like to double Doyle up. That's what I do. Gets short, I feel bad.
It's a 9.
One for the good guys.
Hey, Doyle, what you always say is always feel good to what?
To win the first one.
Oh, man.
That's the one.
There it is in the door. You got a diamond draw. It's always exciting. I knew I was going to hit at least 1 7.
No diamonds here.
No diamonds? There's like no way.
No, there's no diamonds here, I'm saying.
Diamond or jack's gonna come.
It's got to be a diamond for sure. Diamond.
It's not a diamond. It's a 5 of spades.
5 of diamonds.
I took one of them away.
More than 22% because there's 5 dead cards right here.
Thanks, Phil. There you go.
There it is.
Boom. Nice hand.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on pocket aces. Pre-flop. This is the classic trap where one player thinks he is peeling light and instead steps right into a vice. Negreanu raises to 450,000. It is a chunky open, and that alone should already scream strength in this spot. George defends with Queen 10 suited. On paper, it is not insane. He has position, a hand that can flop top pair or strong draws, and he probably assumes Negreanu is opening wide. The flop comes 10-3 king with 2 clubs. From George's seat, this is the kind of board that looks playable but is silently dangerous. He has middle pair with queen kicker against a normal open that could be a standard continue, especially in position. Negreanu fires 400,000. That sizing is telling. It is not a tiny range bet. It is a big, old school. I have it, continuation. With aces, he is not afraid of building a pot. The turn is the 7 of spades. Negreanu's strong hands are still strong. Kings, aces, ace-king, maybe king-queen all love this card. Very few of Negreanu's bluffs improve in a meaningful way. When Negreanu now moves all in, he is doing exactly what great players do with overpairs in these structures. Shove before the river kills action. He knows that if he just bets small and gets called, any club, queen, jack, or scary river freezes him and lets George realize all of his equity for cheap. By jamming turn into a pot that is already inflated, he puts tremendous pressure on all the middling hands that called flop.
Defaults. I had you beat. Good cards.
I'm happy with my fold.
Yeah.
It was hard though.
The pot was good. I'm like, I'll take it, but if you call, you call. You have to get there.
Did you have it pre-flop or you hit the king?
I had both. I had what you're supposed to have there. A pair of aces I had. Aces were good, right?